best advice I could give someone for creating their own sound is not listening to other producers' music that much. You can listen to other people's music, but don't listen to the same stuff all the time. Like, you just got some people who just stuck in that trap music. Like, I can say from my experience, for me staying in Atlanta, living with Miss Deb and, going back and forth between her house and Walker's house, all I heard was just that dark, trap, hard 808 music. So it was like, when I was trying to create some of my own, that was what I was hearing when I started pressing stuff. Like, all I heard was like dark stuff, but I ain't want to go that way, you know what I'm saying? So try to keep a diverse ear, listen to different types of music, even music you don't like. The stuff you don't like can be your greatest influence. Because I remember when I first started making beats, like the type of sounds like synths, arpeggios, a lot of producers weren't using them sounds at first because those sounds made you think like, oh, that's that techno music. I ain't trying to do that. But now you hear it all the time. You hear it in trap music now. But that futuristic style, just that turned up music. So try to use something you don't like, because you never know what that could flip into. So yeah, that's the best advice I could give for somebody as far as creating your own sound. Use the stuff you don't like. The best advice, I would have to say Southside. He used to tell me a lot of real stuff. A lot of stuff he told me then that I wasn't grasping onto like right away. He was telling me I needed to get out more. With me coming up, I didn't really get out that much. I always just wanted to stay in one spot. The best thing you have to do, just coming up as a producer, you gotta get out. You gotta get out and meet different people. Don't rely on the internet, because that only happens to just a few people. You know what I'm saying? Like, people who blow off the internet, get a placement off the internet. That don't happen to everybody. You gotta get out and meet different people. It just works better that way. 'Cause emailing, that's a pain. Just to email something and you never hear nothing back from that person. So that's always the best thing, because there's nothing better than that one-on-one connection when you meet somebody and y'all in that studio and y'all just vibing. It's not the same, just trying to work over the internet. So the best thing I could tell people coming up, like, just get out, just meet people and network. The new wave of Atlanta artists, I feel like it's cool to an extent. I noticed, because when I go to Atlanta, me personally, I hate the crap out of auto-tune. I do not like auto-tune. Everybody in Atlanta use auto-tune so much. Like, if you're gonna use it a little bit, like on certain parts or something. Don't use it throughout the hook and verses. You just want to place it in certain parts. I hear that all the time when I go up there. The sound of Atlanta is cool. Atlanta's always been ahead of the market as far as what's next. Right now, most of the artists now you hear on the radio, they from Atlanta. I feel like Atlanta, they doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they always will be. Starting out from Pastor Troy and Lil Jon, you had that crunk era. Now, right now, I see it. You got that trap era. Like, right now, I'm in that mindset. Okay, like, what's gonna be that new sound? First you had crunk music and trap music. Like, what's gonna be next after that? Everything is a phase. You know what I'm saying? Nothing really lasts forever. So it's just like life. You gotta move on at some point. Influences. When I first started out, Lil Jon was my first influence. he was a major influence for me just starting making beats, and he had that Crunk Juice album. That was one of my favorite. That was the King of Crunk album. From there, I would say Timbaland, Polo the Don. I can even say TM88, probably one of my main influences right now. He has some hard trap 808 beats, but if you really listen to them, they don't really sound the same. Like, he uses different types of sound. I feel like most of the music he has out now, like when you hear them, they are trap music. But if you was like in the studio with me and you heard like all his other stuff, like he got some dope music. Like he really do, and I can salute him for that. And he tries to make some different type of music. Who else would I say? Timbaland's probably one of my favorite producers, because you can hear his music. Like when you hear Timbaland track, you know Timbaland made the beat. And the thing I salute him on is because he has his own sound, but none of it sounds the same. And I think that's really important. Like you can have your own style. There's just a certain way you play your drums. Like that's his main specialty. It's just his drums. Like the way he play them, don't nobody else play them like that. So and he just had like a certain bounce to it. And to me, he's one of my favorite producers. I can recognize him and salute him the most. In 5 years, I see myself, I got my own label, my own team, my people with me. My family's good, friends good. I see myself like, just being happy with life in the next 5 years, hopefully sooner than 5 years. So, I just love music, I just love producing music. I don't do it just for the money. I've been wanting to do music even before I even learned what I needed to do to make music, or needed to have, so hopefully next 5 years, I'm chilling, you know what I'm saying? Just creating music, what I do every day.
Take out, take out, take out.